climate change and the greenhouse gases. So, we're the main cause of the greenhouse gases and climate change. The reason why we are is because we use things like fossil fuels, oil, and coal too much. And those things can produce energy, but they can also produce the greenhouse gases. And the greenhouse gases make climate change all around the earth. And you see, we don't want that. So, that's why we should switch to solar power. Solar power is used just energy. It doesn't produce greenhouse gases. So, an example of energy would be, let's say, solar panels or wind turbines. Those both use solar energy, wind, like stuff like that. For example, solar panels use sunlight and turn it into electricity, and it can power a home, for example. And wind turbines use wind and turn it into electricity, and it's renewable. And if you're in a place where there's not much wind, or there's not much sunlight, there's also a choice of using nuclear plants. Now that might sound weird, but you can use nuclear plants as a source of electricity. Now, I would like to show you our example of how we use solar power. This is our farm bot. We use this farm bot to water our plants and plant new ones. It's too far from our house, so we needed to use a separate power source. So that's why we use solar panels. Out of the back of the solar panel comes the electricity made from the sunlight. And this energy is stored inside a battery, because at night there's going to be no sunlight to form into electricity. So what we do is we store that sunlight, which was turned into electricity, in this battery, so that we can also power our garden robot. Same thing can be done for commercial solar. Also, when we were filming this, we found a humongous turkey in our yard, so we thought we might as well put this in. So, yeah, he's humongous. This year we plan to add wind energy to our off-grid power. There are a few steps to getting it fully installed, but today we built the wind turbine itself. Here, me and my dad are building our vertical access wind turbine, also known as a vault. As we put it together, I will point out all the different parts. That white part in the middle is a generator. This type of generator works like an alternator in a car. It uses permanent magnets spinning in the middle of a large bundle of wires to generate electricity. On top of the generator is a steel plate. It holds everything together in its place. It has a ball bearing, like a fidget spinner, that makes sure the wind turns the generator and does not just rip it off. The green things on the sides are the blades. There are many different designs of wind turbine blades. This one uses a hybrid design with an open area in the back to catch the wind and a wing shape in front to be pulled by the wind. This allows such a small turbine to spin even when the wind speed is low at a cost of some efficiency. But what do you do if it is a really low wind day? Well, you can store the electricity in a battery to use it at those times, just like we do with our solar panels. How does greenhouse gases and climate change affect plants and animals? Well, we use fossil fuels like oil and coal. Those produce greenhouse gases, which go into our atmosphere and can accelerate climate change. And you see, when the climate changes for the animal, it might not be able to get the food it needs, and it might not be able to adapt to the climate it's in. How it can affect plants is the plant might not get the sun and the water and the resources it needs to grow into a healthy plant.
Adapt to the temperature.
And it might also not be able to adapt to the temperature. And why will there be warmer temperatures? There will be warmer temperatures because the greenhouse gases will trap the reflecting sunlight in our atmosphere. This was my video on climate change and greenhouse gases. I hope you enjoyed.